Welcome to Massive Passive Cash Flow, the podcast that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and let's start building your wealth. Here's your host, Gary Wilson.
Welcome back to the Massive Passive Cash Flow podcast. I'm Gary Wilson, your host, and I'm glad to have you back. If you haven't done so and you wouldn't mind doing so, please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. It's on 30 different channels. Pick the one you want. Apple's the biggest one. But whichever one you choose is fine with me as long as it works for you. And while you're online, go to globalinvestoragent.com. And if you're an investor, we have agents now in 36 states that are trained to work with you and I, the investors. These agents have access to tools to help them identify, analyze, negotiate properties on and off market for you and I. And if you are an agent, this is definitely for you. Click on the Learn More button, because you know the market's changing and you got to figure out what to do to adjust to the market shifting. Okay, volume is down dramatically. That's true for owner occupants. With investors, we keep on investing. You know, the old saying with real investors is this: instead of saying I'm going to wait and buy, our saying is I'm going to buy and wait. We buy the property, we give it time, it matures, it grows in value, the rents go up. Just an amazing thing. It's literally bought me my freedom. So that old philosophy, when people say I'm going to wait and buy, it's wrong. You buy and wait. So in any case, I got a special guest today. His name is Gary Wilson. That's right, it's me. I haven't done a solo cast in a long time. I think 2 years. But we're right now, this is March 2023. We've already had 5 rate increases, the latest one a quarter point last month. We believe there's going to be another one this month. We're pretty sure the market is going to get to the point where it can't take anymore and we start to go into correction. We actually already have. Okay, mathematically, statistically, we're already there. If you know anybody in the title business, in the lending business, they will tell you their volume is down easily 50% year to date. In fact, I just had lunch with a colleague of mine. I used to own a title company. Mine was local, his is national. Month to month, February 2022 to February 2023, went from 3,000 closings a month to 600. Pretty dramatic. So the big question is this: Gary, how do I get deals? And that's what this podcast is about. How do I get deals in this market? So I'm going to share my screen. For those of you who are listening, this is obviously audible, and if you're on podcast. But remember, we always put these on video too on YouTube and on the Real Estate with Gary Wilson website. Just go to realestatewithgarywilson.com, click on podcast, and you'll see it there. The video again on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, we put it everywhere. All right. So in any case, let's just jump right to it. So I'm going to give you 3 things to do. And definitely if you're driving, do not write. Just pull over or listen to it later. I want you to take notes. I want you to re-listen to this. And I want you to go to YouTube and watch the replay so you can see me showing you what I'm going to show you now. First thing is what do you do? All right. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're an investor or an agent, this first technique I'm going to show you will work in both cases. In fact, everything I'm going to show you today is going to work for investors and the agents. Okay. So what we do on my team is we have our own team website. We go into a resource area and our marketing tab. We have 2 marketing campaigns that I always have everybody do. Everybody on my team does this. Every investor I've ever taught does this. The first one is a booklet campaign. So we click on the booklet campaign. Everything is completely documented, A to Z, 1, 2, 3. It's literally like paint by numbers. That everything is completely laid out in front of you. There's a video to watch to explain to you what the booklet is and how to do the booklet. There's a written version of the same instructions. You can do one or both. Okay. We actually give you a already filled out booklet complete in Word document form so you can edit it to put your contact information in there and properties from your area, right? This booklet's a special marketing campaign we developed years ago based on the financial planners information booklet for investors looking at stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. All I did was strip out the stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and replace them with duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes. I mean, we can obviously do flips and everything else. I'm just giving you an example. Okay. Now, in the campaign, we also give you 4 other examples of other people's booklets, and I'm going to get into that here in a minute and show you. Okay. So you can see what other booklets look like. So if you're an investor, you can use this booklet to attract money. If you're looking for money to buy investment properties, you can use this booklet to showcase some of your investments you've already made and attract money from other people who want to invest money. They just don't have the time to look at properties and remodel properties and so forth. But you do, and you need their money. So this is how you get their money. You use this booklet to do it. If you're an agent, you use this booklet to showcase some of the properties you or your clients have done to attract other clients to your real estate brokerage business. Okay. Now, we also have a checklist, right? Now I'll just click on this checklist here. The checklist is literally step-by-step instructions. I mean, 20 sub-odd instructions with finite level of detail. There's no way you can mess this up if you just follow the instructions. Okay. So it's literally step-by-step. You can do a printed version of the booklet, or you can do an electronic version of the booklet, and everything's in there you need. Every addendum, every attachment, everything you need is completely in these instructions in a checklist. So we even have instructions here to use it online digitally, so you don't have to spend money on paper and envelopes and stamps and stuff. You can create your booklet, put it on Google Drive to get a Google Drive link, and then send the link for the booklet in your emails, in your text, on your Facebook posts, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. Okay. You could even do what I did, which is create a booklet and go over it on a YouTube video. YouTube is free. So in any case, this is some of the details you get when you do the booklet. Now, what I want to do is go back and let me get out of here real quick. Hang on one second. Let's go and take a look at one of the booklets. So I'm going to pull this one up here. This is a booklet one of the agents on the team did for dentists. Okay, dentists make great investors. I mean, I love them. They've been some of my best clients when I was in production. When I was in investing directly, I would partner with dentists. So this is a great booklet for that you can copy to work with doctors or attorneys or accountants, right? To raise funds or to attract them as clients if you're an agent. So look at this beautiful cover page, right? Look at that. So this is not done by a professional. Shannon was actually a member of our team. So you have the cover page with your contact information. Again, this is whether you're an investor or an agent, or what I like to call an investor agent, because you should be both. Then you got a cover letter, right? It's a very well written that attracts people. In this case, she's attracting doctors. Okay. Not very long, not very wordy, just basically, this is what this is about, and this is why you should read this. Give them a table of contents so they know what to expect. Okay. And time is short. Why read this? Shannon's smart. She knows how to get people's attention, and your time is valuable. So you want to work with professionals who respect that. So in this case, she's going to go over flipping. She's going to give you examples of some flips in the area. Everybody loves flipping. Let's face it. All the shows are on flipping. There's never a television show on how to buy rentals. It probably bore people to tears, but everybody loves flipping, including me, right? I still watch those shows. But in any case, she gives you some terminology, some basic methodology, all right? And then we get into some case studies. So these are all out on the beautiful West Coast, LA County. The first one here is Chandler Boulevard. I'm not going to go into a lot of details. I just want to show you the pictures. So this is before exterior view. This is after exterior view. See, very nice pictures. And then she gives you the numbers, what the purchase price was, what the sold price was, and gross proceeds, right? And then she gives you some of the details of what was done to the property to generate such great profit. Okay. Very descriptive. And all this stuff you can get from the listings, all right? For you realtors out there, it's so easy to find examples of flips. All you do is go into your MLS, search for solds in the last year, download the result to a CSV file. It's basically an Excel spreadsheet, sort it by address. So whenever one property sold twice or more in a year, you'll get that and it'll come in back to back. And if you see the first price is low, the second price is high, and you can see in a description of the pictures that clearly was remodeled, there's your example of a flip. As easy as that. Okay. Remember, you're not advertising these properties, so it's okay to do this. You're not advertising the properties, using these as examples of closed transactions. This is important. They have to be closed transactions, part of the public domain. You can show them as examples, which is exactly what we're doing. Pictures of the kitchen, right? Now look at that. Before, the kitchen wasn't bad before, but look at this now. That's freaking spectacular. Okay. So imagine building a booklet with this type of information and these types of pictures. Here's another example of a property before and after, right? Pretty awesome. You can see the purchase price when they bought it, the sold price when they sold it, and the profit. $728,000. That's not a bad payday. Okay. Now, chances are they put $200,000 into it. Let's face it, guys. That's still a massive payday. I don't care where you live, New York, Chicago, LA, Miami, doesn't matter. But in any case, you don't want to give too many examples, right? Look at that kitchen. That's spectacular. Okay. You know what the most you want to give? 3 examples, which is exactly what Shannon did here. Here, the third one, before picture, after picture, spectacular. Okay. Again, the profit margin. I mean, this is a nice booklet. Okay. So this is one example of what you can do to attract people to you, whether you're an investor looking for money to invest in investing dollars, or an agent looking for other clients to work with. When you show this kind of stuff, if you're an agent, guys, you'd be crazy not to do this. Okay. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for participating in the Massive Passive Cash Flow podcast. Also wanted to let you know that the book Global Investor Agent is officially out in print and in Kindle on Amazon. You can get it by clicking on the link right here. If you are an agent, definitely grab yourself a copy. This book, guys, was not just written by me. I also included 8 other investor agents from around the country. And I didn't just handpick them. I literally opened it up to the entire audience, and it was first come, first serve. So you're going to get feedback from brand new agents all the way up to top 25 team leaders. Some on my team, some are not on my team, with valuable insight and instructions and guidance and actual checklist to follow to not just survive, but thrive in this market. I know you're looking for that advantage, and this is it. By the way, if you are an investor, grab a copy for your agent. And for everybody, all profits from the sale of the book, Kindle and print, all go to the Healing House Foundation. 100%. Thank you for doing that too, guys. Let's get back to the show. I know I'm kind of intense there, but I created this years ago. I did it with doctors. It worked like a charm. We ended up doing big apartment buildings, office buildings, you name it. And when you do this kind of work and it's professionally done, you're going to attract other professional people. All right, so let's move on here. That's the booklet campaign. Let me get out of that, and I'll keep my spot on the. Go back to my dashboard. Oops, sorry. So members area is what I want. I'll go back to marketing tools. I'm going to show you 2 more marketing tools, but what I want to show you now, guys, is how you identify properties. This is where the rubber meets the road. So this is one of the tools we use. I bought the whole thing, so everybody on my team gets their own account in the system. Totally free. If you're on my team, you don't pay for any of this stuff. I've already paid for it. I've already bought it, already developed it, and you get it just for the privilege of being on the team. And if you're one of the clients, the investor clients, you also get all this free of charge. Okay, so let's just go. One of my old favorite county that's owned the property 10 years or more, and it's an absentee owner. They don't live there. Okay. So that's what absentee owner means. So we're going to choose that. Okay. Let me go back. I saw Allegheny pop up here. Internet must just be slow. Allegheny County, too many U's. We'll get rid of that. There's PA. Let's see how many investors we have that own the property 10 years or more. And that number, I'm going to guess, is going to be quite large. That's too big. So we got to narrow this down, guys. I'm going to add delinquent tax activity. So these are folks that are owned it a long time and they're behind on their property taxes. That's a motivated group of people that you want to approach to encourage them to sell, whether you're an investor or an agent. It works either way. Now, 1,270, that's still an awful lot. So we're going to add one more criteria, vacancy. So imagine here's 162. That's a good number. Imagine you own a rental property, it's empty, and you owe property taxes. Do you think you might be interested in selling if the price was right? Of course you would. Anybody would. So these are the people we contact. We download the file. We get all the information on the property, everything. We can click on this and get all kinds of details, In fact, let's just do that real quick. So I click on that. I get the satellite view of where the property is. Looks like a nice little area. I get the retail value, the rental value, and the wholesale value, right? I see all the different criteria. This guy's a board investor. He bought it for cash. He owns it free and clear. Doesn't live there, behind on the taxes, and it's vacant. I say we call this person. There's the name right there, right? Length of ownership, 75 years. How about them apples? You think he's ready to sell? We can see he lives in Colorado. How about that? You get to see the owner's actual mailing address, okay? We get details on the property, the physical property details, right? Look at that. It's in the CH Love plan. How's that? We got to buy a property in the Love neighborhood. Got to attach the garage, 0.39 acres. We can see the valuations again. Condition is poor. We kind of figure that, I guess. No, there's not much here in the way of loan history and deed recording history. But if it did, we'd see all the records and the deed recordings. Okay, and if they had loans on it, we'd see all that information too. Valuable information. Now, what do we do with all this information? Well, we do this. Going back to our website, we click on the letter campaign. Okay. So I'm going to show you this again, completely done for you. Everything's spelled out. You get a video to watch so you can see how to do the letter. You get the actual letter itself in Word format, plus a checklist to follow. Again, this is for investors and agents both. Okay. Let's just click on the letter. We'll pull it up and I'll show you how this works. Okay. So we give you the original Word document. We give you one version filled out up top here. And then we give you a second version that's a template that has the brackets for name and address, because when you do the letter, you're going to do what's called a mail merge. And from your file, from a lead gen system, it's going to plug in automatically for you the first name and the address. So you don't have to do that. You spit out your 162 letters, okay? But let me just read this to you. You can see how this works. Dear Clay, I'm writing to you about your property located at 17 Elm Lane in Etna. I'm not suggesting you sell your property if you don't want to. However, inventory is tight right now, and I have clients like Mr. Matajasic who want to buy a property, in this case, 4-unit building, just like yours in your area. That's why I specifically sought you out. Even if you're just curious about what your property would sell for, please let me know. I'll be glad to give you a free evaluation. Okay. Now, I've used this letter as an investor and as an agent both. Out of all the letters I've seen, which is several dozen, easily probably 4 or 5 dozen letters over the years, this one outperforms them all. Hands down, flat out, no comparison. It has embedded commands. It has language patterns. It's all of 5 lines in 6 sentences, and it uses the words you or your 11 times in it. There's nothing in this letter about me. There's no letterhead. I don't mention anything about me at all until the bottom. Then I give my contact information, because they don't care about me till I got their attention, right? And you'll learn that lesson too. I also use the embedded command sell for, what your property would sell for, all right, twice in here. So I use the words you or your 11 times. So it's all about you, not me. And I've used the embedded command sell. All right. So I'm not saying everybody's going to call you, but guys, we've had neighborhoods, we've had as high as a 50% return call rate. We have other neighborhoods easily 20, 24% callback rates. On average, there's about a 3% conversion rate on this, right? That's through the lifetime use of the letter, about a 3% conversion rate. So use this letter to send to the people from a file, from the leads we got, to encourage them to sell. And then we would also follow up with a phone call. That's one of the techniques that we use, okay? So in any case, That's it. So another technique you can use, a booklet, a letter. Now let's go back to the marketing campaigns. And the third one I'm going to talk to you about, I don't have to bring it up. It's called a workshop campaign. And here's how this works, right? In the world of real estate investing, it really pays to engage and network with others. And the way you do that is if you don't want to start your own group of people, your own following, your own community, you can join another. There's bunches of them out there. We created a network called GIG, a Global Investor Group. There's 30 chapters around the country, about 3,000 members. But more importantly, there's a larger group, and I'm not here to plug any other particular group, but it's called REIA, R-E-I-A, Real Estate Investors of America. If you're an investor, you should definitely be part of this group. Usually it's a small monthly dues, like $10 or something, or you pay, $100 for the year. You get to meet all the contractors, all the lenders, all the attorneys, all the inspectors. I mean, carpeting people, lawn care people, not to mention investor agents. Make sure you ask people, and if you ever talk to an agent, you need to ask them, are you certified to be an investor agent? And if they don't know what you're talking about, don't use them. The agents that we train are certified investor agents to work with you, okay? And if you are an agent and you're not a certified investor agent, you need to go to globalinvestoragent.com. Here, I'll bring it up here, okay? Global investor. Let me see. Investoragent.com. I think I got that correct. We'll just see here if I do. Globalinvestoragent.com. Good. Looks like it's loading. I know they're actually updating that website as we speak. But once you're in here, if you're an investor, look for agents in your area. Okay. And if you're an agent, there's a learn more button you click on. Just click on learn more. I'll hop on a call with you and you'll get to see what this is all about. You can meet the other agents. You can learn about the GIA team, Global Investor Agent Team, again, the 36 states. There's a book called Global Investor Agent just released, and it's already racking up some big numbers, hasn't even hit Audible yet. And we got some endorsements from some really big, important people like Frank McKinney. Okay, that's a big one. In any case, you can see in here in podcast recordings of our Monday Night Live classes. We teach class every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, called Monday Night Live. Everything from wholesaling to flipping to rentals to building a business, all kinds of subjects, that are all related to investing and particularly real estate. And by the way, there's a link down here. It says here, register here. Did you know you can come to class for free? Just click register here, come to class for free, right? No obligations, nothing. Nobody's selling anything. Nobody's recruiting you. It's simply education, information, and networking, all right? So in any case, there's information on joining the team if you think you'd be interested in that. And you can click on, I should have not skipped by that too fast, but you can click on learn more. There's information on our training programs, right? You can get started by clicking there. There's 4 videos you can watch, which you should watch, 1-minute videos to explain to you why this is so important. And you can meet me if you want. There's a full article you can read and a video you can watch, and then fill out this form here and send it. And you'll get a conversation and you get to see if you want to ramp up your business either as an investor or as an investor agent. And I'm telling you, I can tell you from experience, investor agents always make more money than regular traditional agents. You do both. You work with regular clients and you work with investors alike. You got a balanced model that always brings in cash flow. It allows you to invest too, by the way. So I'm speaking to you, the agents. You want to invest, this is the way to do it. So in any case, the third technique is belong to a group, okay? Come to our Monday Night Live class. Join your local REIA organization. Look for a gig chapter. Just start off with REIA. Just start off with REIA, R-E-I-A, Real Estate Investors of America. So now you're networking, you're engaging with other people, other investors, okay? You build up your client base. You get to meet with other investors to do joint ventures with them if you are an investor. I showed you how to do a booklet to brand yourself, to attract people to you. You can send electronically. It doesn't cost a dime. And I showed you the letter that we use, the actual letter that we use, okay, and one of the tools we use to identify people who are most likely interested in selling. Very critical. So I know this is shorter than you're used to, but I wanted to get right down to the nitty gritty and help you guys get on your feet, get up and into the game, step up to the plate and swing the bat. Okay. Got any questions? Let me know. On the podcast page, you'll see the show notes. There's a way to click there to get a hold of somebody on the team like Beverly or me, and let's have a conversation. Okay. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's a little bit specialized, but you know what? I think this helps a lot of people, and I hope it helps you too. So God bless you and your family. We will see you on the next Massive Passive Cash Flow podcast.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Massive Passive Cash Flow. Be sure to go to realestatewithgarywilson.com to join our community and start building wealth today.